In this list, I'm going to cover 4 effects of perfectionism, and these are the effects that all people who are perfectionists struggle with. These are not personal effects. These are not effects that have ruined my business. These are not effects that are from my personal life. None of these things. These are just 4 effects, proven effects of perfectionism that you need to know. All right. Level 1, or effect number 1, is high stress and anxiety. And what do I mean by high levels of stress and anxiety? Perfectionists often experience high in stress, usually due to the fear of not being perfect, or due to the fear of making mistakes or stuttering, like I'm doing right now. And to be honest, I've always been a sort of a perfectionist myself, because I've grown, at least academically, on the basis of you need to score this amount of marks to pass. You need to be this type of student to succeed. And I'm pretty sure that this is something that anyone who's East Asian or Asian in general, or maybe families in general who are conservative and maybe protective more than they should of their offspring, is that they tend to raise perfectionist kids. And the problem with perfectionist kids is that perfectionist kids often have chronic anxiety, because they tend to have the tendency to make everything they do perfect. And perfect things are not really, I don't know, they're kind of imaginary stuff. Even if you think something is perfect and you're a perfectionist, it's probably not perfect in some regard. But you think it's perfect because it's perfect to you. And so the whole perfectionism thing is kind of a mythical subject. You can't really reach perfection in all concepts of the same topic, if that makes sense, you know? Like, yes, you can be the most fantastic artist that is out there. You can draw the most amazing pieces of art. But sometimes the most amazing pieces of art, their amazingness comes and stems from the fact that they are not fully perfect. And so what I'm saying is, usually perfectionism comes with increased levels of stress, anxiety, and fear of mistakes, which leads us to procrastination. This is the second effect of perfectionism, procrastination. The more you fear something, the more you feel anxiety from it or about it, the more you're going to tend to avoid it, reschedule it to some other time that's more convenient to you, which never really comes. And then you're stuck on a deadline that you don't really want to be stuck on, but now this is your life. And so procrastination is something that students also, deal with all the time, with their exams, with their projects, with their homeworks due date. Everyone really, procrastinates, but perfectionists procrastinate the whole time. Why? Because of the same reasons I've already listed. They do not want to export something. They do not want to accomplish something. They don't want to produce something unless this something is, to them at least, perfect. And so procrastination is a huge factor in the life, or the productive life, of a perfectionist. I mean, let's just not talk about the third reason for long, but I will mention it, which is impaired relationships. Impaired relationships are something that has to be mentioned when you're talking about it, a perfectionism, because a perfectionist doesn't really limit their perfectionism to things that they have to do, but to relationships that they're involved in. And criticism, I feel like, is the biggest factor, or one of the biggest factors, to a perfectionist relationship, because they tend to feel like criticism stems from lack in their own character or a lack in their own ability to do something, which makes them insecure. And insecurity means that you're not perfect. And to a perfectionist, you need to see yourself as perfect to make things that are perfect. And you're never really perfect, so you just start to get offended from things that are not really offensive all the time. You tend to be sensitive of some topics or some criticism types. You tend to avoid people, not all the time, but people who criticize you for the most part. And so this just creates a huge number of issues with people in general, and impaired relationships within the relationships that you're already in. Last but not least, number 4, which is really connected to all of the reasons, and such a topic. I mean, perfectionism as a topic in general is really intertwined, and it's connected as a whole. This feeds into this, and this feeds into that, and this affects this, and this affects that. And so the fourth effect of perfectionism is productivity lacking, or reduced productivity and creativity. You're not really productive if you're a perfectionist, are you? And this can stifle your creativity and usually make it difficult for you to just complete normal tasks. Sometimes daily tasks are just a hassle to a person who's a perfectionist, because daily tasks need to be done according to a certain level or a certain standard, which is not usually met by people who produce a lot. And so productivity goes down the more perfectionism goes up. And this is one more thing about productivity and perfectionism. Usually perfectionists focus on the small little details, which can sound like something that's good, although it's really not most of the time. Because when perfectionists, or people in general, focus on little details of every task that should be done, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand like Donald Trump, but anyways. Yeah, when you focus on small details on tasks that are not really meant for being that specific or being that professional, or tasks that are not necessarily huge enough or important enough that you have to focus on the small stuff or the little details, this is where you start feeling like you're doing unnecessary work. And when you start feeling this this emotion, everything just sounds and feels like a hassle. Even going to the freaking store and getting groceries, picking out certain types of groceries, studying certain topics that are really easier to digest than other topics, eating certain foods, etc. Perfectionism, productivity, and creativity, to be honest, are not really good together, because creativity needs a person who is imaginative, a person who can really let go of their boundaries of perfection and just, give power to their unhinged ideas sometimes. And so if you're creative, you're usually not a procrastinator. You're usually not a person who's a perfectionist, because perfectionists can act like they're creative, but they don't really execute. And this has always been a problem of mine for the longest time. And to be honest, I still struggle with these 4 effects of perfectionism, but I think I can manage them in a better way now. I mean, for one, the lighting on my forehead has been not the best really, and the audio on this video itself was not coming from a mic. I don't have a mic yet. I haven't bought a mic for this channel or the videos I upload on this channel, but I'm just going to upload videos for 2 main reasons. One reason is that I actually want to share my knowledge and start talking to the camera better. Secondly, I don't want to wait to buy the perfect mic or the perfect setup or the perfect lighting setup or the perfect camera, etc. to start shooting videos. I'm just going to start uploading videos from now on until I start gathering my whole kit, and until I can start feeling more comfortable in front of the camera, being more consistent with my uploads. These are the things that I actually want to focus on: consistency, confidence in front of the camera at least, and building an audience that is actually kind of understanding of my whole purpose of uploading, which is to spread information, to build connections, you know, and maybe sometime along the line financial gain, but this is not really my goal right now. This was never about financial gain. I just want to build a brand for myself that is known for helping, that is known for spreading, observations, POVs, information from my personal life and from things that I usually experience. And so, on that note, and because I don't want to be a perfectionist, this video is not going to be edited, or maybe not going to be heavily edited, maybe some cuts here and there. But yeah, peace out. Stay safe, guys. Don't be a perfectionist, be a productivist, a person who is productive and produces whenever they feel like it. When times are not really convenient, do more. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.